Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogbo333, and welcome back to Hearts Vying for the New Order, the ruin as the Reich Commissariat, Ukraine. Ukraine? That's more of like the Ukrainian way to say Ukraine. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comment section. I might just be able... I'm probably fine to just say Ukraine, let's be real. Probably doesn't matter too much. Turn that down a little bit. It's catchy, but it's a little intense. And we don't need that intensity, like quite that much intensity to start us off. You know, it's supposed to be nice and relaxed. Let me check the economy tab real quick. We got a deficit to start us off. I want to see where can we save on that to get us in a halfway decent economic situation. Our poverty is going to keep going up, really no matter what. Navy doesn't matter. We'll basically mothball that. Admin. Let's make sure we have admin going, because I think that affects our tax efficiency. Yeah. This isn't the best. It really is not. But what else are we really going to be able to do? Keep our deficit to a minimum. Can't really do much in the way of austerity. Military or civilian. I'd also be fine doing like some military austerity later on. It's really our civilian that's costing us. I mean, our economy is based on human suffering, so it's kind of hard to up that to scale. So we only have so much we can really do, but you know what? We'll just keep on keeping on. We can also get free civilian factories. We can build shit in pretty much anywhere in the Reich. That is funny. Or anywhere in the Einheitspacht. Let me make sure we get something that will affect us. Where do we need hospitals at? Kiev, we need a hospital there. Let's get that going. We'll also probably need one in Rostov. Money laundering scheme. Build forts in Scotland. True. Yeah, let's get going. Eric Koch lingered in his office, surrounded by the folders of maps he had not cared to examine. Outside, scattered footsteps rang out. The day was done, and Koch could leave at any moment. Yet he could not help but examine a single photo on his desk. A picture of the Reich Kommissar on the first day of his assignment. Where was he now? The Reich Kommissar that fateful day when a train ripped him away from his native Prussia to serve in Rosenberg's newest colony. How hideous this land had seemed as it smeared past his cabin window. Yet when train arrived, the air was crisp and clean. Verdant fields filled his view. For a single moment, it almost felt like home. Shameful. How long had he strung himself along on that fleeting moment? How had he allowed this land to deceive him, to let him believe he could sculpt it into an Aryan paradise? No native starvation nor partisan massacre ever managed to bring back that sensation. When Koch came back that day, he would arrive in the stiff bed of a foreigner. Perhaps that was why the office brought more comfort. 20 years later, the Reich Kommissar remembered so little that day. Year by year, Koch had let that world slip through his hands as the true nature of his colony crushed him. Now he could barely bring himself to work at all. In that moment, Koch had felt like the earth was his to conquer. That violent, hopeful energy was gone now, and gone forever. At the end of the day, Koch only wished he had done more. He wished that he found every Ukrainian who dared to speak, every liberal who dared whine, and rip their throats out from their neck. If he had known that the world of dogs he was being shuttled into, he wouldn't have spent a moment in that dream. He wouldn't have dared let himself be fooled. 2 decades of meaningless violence, and all Koch could think of was wading further into the blood. As if the blood didn't surround him already. Oh, we got a lot more production units. What the shit? Let's work on... Let's get some of that going. Alright, so we could... one bread basket. Interesting. Okay. Let's work on fueling the breadbasket. It'll increase our GDP by a bit, we'll get more debt, but what are you gonna do? The purpose of Ukraine, of our administration as a whole, is to provide resources to the Reich. Coal, steel, and much besides, yes, but above all this lies grain. Ukraine feeds Europe, and as the continent grows ever hungrier, so must we take steps to increase production and grain yield. The result is not a dispute, the only question is how to accomplish it. From all the corners of our government, there are ideas, varying in intensity, dedication, and thoroughness. We'll evaluate them and choose the one best suited to accomplishing our goal. There we go. Oh, that would be interesting. Just do a random one. Destiny's will be fulfilled. Destiny is not like the indecisive. If you let this mission timer run out by not taking one of the decisions above, Destiny will choose at least one of the factions to continue the game for you at random. That would be kind of fun to do. Just like roll the dice. I kind of decided which one I'm gonna do. Ukraine's dominions of breadbasket of Europe filled to the brim with rot and mold, bearing the fruits of fertile soil. One would expect for Ukraine to prosper under the Soviets, and at least endure the Reich. Yet now Ukraine is a dead yard, filled with millions dead, their dreams buried with them. The dreams of a free republic crushed before it could draw its first breath. The dreams of national communism obliterated in the storm of Barbarossa. The dream of Stepan Bandera dead just like him, based. The dream of National Socialism rapidly decaying, also based. These dreams are dead. Or are they? One will be given a second chance. A chance to shape Ukraine's destiny. Which dream will you choose? I was deciding which one I wanted to do. In the background. And I think I decided, because I'm looking on the YouTube to see who's done what. I believe Mocha Lover did the OUN. And then some other guy. I was just looking at his video. I forgot what his name was. He ended up doing Ukraine. So I was tempted between the UNRA or the USSR. And I'll be honest, the UNRA is like I'm kind of aware it's a blatantly obvious one for me to do. Because I'm the wholesome democracy dude in almost everything that I do. So I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious of that, and do something different. So I'm going to favor the Ukrainian Socialist Soviet Republics. I thought it might have taken a little longer to figure out, but we gotta choose now, so I'm choosing now. And you probably figured this out already because I have the uploads, all the YouTube people, because thumbnails and stuff. The Russian Revolution in 1917 was the greatest thing to happen in Eastern Europe in the 20th century, and as thanks to it, Ukraine found itself living through the greatest national communist revolution of our time. From Bukharin's allowance of Ukrainianization programs to increased administration of North Kuban regions, it seemed as though the U-SSR had found a relative golden age of peace and prosperity, creeping centralization to Moscow notwithstanding. Now, however, Ukraine lies broken, pillaged, and in chains. Alexander Shumsky, now de facto leader of U-SSR, seems certain to free Ukraine under the velvet banner of national communism. How it will survive afterwards is anyone's guess. Well, we will go ahead and follow the story of the Ukrainian Socialist Soviet Republic. For what is hope, if not determination or dream? And there goes that. Oh, we can start building some military factories. Oh no, we can allocate shit to our military factories, rather. Excuse me. We'll just do some of that. Why not? Communism, true. Breadbasket action available. Ooh! We could do some mechanized farms. Over here is really behind. So it would be nice to get this kicking along. Let's mechanize some farms. Why not? Over here in Volyn. And we could do other stuff elsewhere. So this resistance stuff we can do. And we have all this that we could do. I'm not worried about that too much. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and leave it there for now. In his first days on the surf, Peter van Norden had been raised to believe that the purest life was the thoughtless life. And a pure life was all that matters. Born in Amsterdam just a year before the war, his childhood was molded by a world of radio programs and Hitler Youth counselors. A blitzkrieg of propaganda crashed through the walls of his mind, and day by day, holding on to the past became harder and harder. By the time he landed in Moscovian with a rifle on his back, he had firmly taken the easy way out. Yet grasping at those fascist values was an act done for more than mere convenience, as unthinking as it was. Peter's German fluency, his Wehrmacht rank, his growing kill count, all these gave him a meaning that his family and friends in Holland could not match. Those in his community were losers, chained to a corpse. Peter was a perfect Aryan soldier, contributing to a Reich that would long outlast the failed state it had absorbed. Eventually, Peter's service ended with a shot to the shoulder, and he was asked to begin a new task, settling Ukraine. It was a new ideal to aspire to, and Peter jumped at the opportunity. Quickly, he found himself a wife and an old flame from secondary school, and rushed off to a homestead near Kiev to begin work once more. Now he has found his new routine, tilling and harvesting, waking at sunrise and sleeping at sunset. It is far from his urban life in Amsterdam, but Peter does it all the same. Perhaps if he stops, he might realize how far he has drifted from all that he knows, how lonely and empty this new land feels. But he will not stop, for thoughtless momentum is the way of the Reich, and Peter van Norden is the Reich's favorite son. Work, and work forever. Germany has won the space race. Endless fields of grain swaying in the breeze, golden brown and worked by hundreds of men. Still not enough. Nazi officials standing on the front porch of this plantation wanted more. More wheat, more barley, more everything. Adolf had been struggling to keep up with the quotas since the last time they were raised. Being asked to make more was out of the question, even for a farm the size of his. Sir, with all due respect, I don't think you understand. This farm can only produce so much grain, and I'm making as much as I can. I'm already working my he's German. I should have realized that. I'm working my slaves half to death, trying to get them to meet the current demands. With the native farmhands not far behind, what you're asking for is impossible. I'm sure that you'll manage to meet the quotas, the same as everyone else, the official said, looking down at his clipboard and scribbling a quick note. He looked up, giving Adolf a glassy-eyed stare. Is there anything else? Officer, I simply can't make these new quotas. If I push my field hands any harder, they're going to start dying in the fields as they work. Then I suggest you find some more. The officer clicked his pen and abruptly extended a single arm, offering a handshake while smiling coldly. Adolf took the hand, knowing better than to refuse an offer from party officials. Sir, I really think it was a pleasure seeing you, Herr Adolf. He gave Adolf a quick steel-gripped shake before straightening his suit and walking down the front steps of the porch, returning to his black Volkswagen. He drove back down the dirt trail that led to the farmstead, leaving nothing but a stunned Adolf and towering clouds of dust in his wake. Always more. Let's see. I think let's do mechanization to Dnipro, Ukraine. The agricultural lands of Ukraine in and around the Dnipro are, unsurprisingly, some of the most valuable and productive. The great river provides ample irrigation, and in turn, the land provides nutrition for millions of the Reich citizens. But they operate on farming principles of centuries past and must be modernized if output is to increase. They will be. Those farmers that accept the gifts given will be amply rewarded. And those who do not will be swiftly and uncompromisingly replaced. Excuse me. Huh. An assassin strikes at Hitler. What? We could do brutal quotas, which don't actually seem to do anything. What do we got? Exploitation within a region indicates how much of a state's resources and potential have been thoroughly unearthed and utilized by the state, much to the people's dismay. I don't want to exploit it too much if I can avoid it. There's not much room to exploit anyway. What is that? Oh, that's just the... Okay, yeah, I understand now. Huh. So they really want to step up the development area in a region. Oh, I should have realized that. I should have mechanized Shitomir. Shit. It's probably not how you say it, but that's how I chose to say it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, my friends, but thank you as always for watching. If you liked this video, leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you have any comments or feedback, leave them in the comment section below. I read all the comments I get and appreciate any all feedback you might have for me. Check out my various links down in the description box below with the sub button for notification bell. If you really want to keep updated with uploads, then that's about it for now, my friends. Thank you all for watching. My name has been Mr. Doggo333, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.